you. I'm your host, Ken Boyer, broadcast from VPR Studios, here for another quick Bricks update. The Major League Baseball All Star game concluded last night. The American League defeating the National League 3-0, and Mariano Rivera, possibly his last All Star game appearance, and Jim Leland, he actually inserted him in the eighth inning to kind of make sure that nothing went wrong and that he's able to secure that AL control for home field advantage in the World Series. It was a fantastic game, man. Real competitive throughout. I mean, you had over 30 players making their first All-Star appearance. So it shows the youth and the future of the major leagues, and especially at the time where you have a lot of the big name guys who's under investigation right now for performance enhancing drugs and stuff like that. So a lot of clouds looming and things like that on Major League Baseball. You wonder, like, hey, if we don't have these guys, like, what is baseball going to look like? I mean, I think we got a bit of a view of how that looks last night, and seeing that, I mean, it can be very competitive and a lot of young talent out here, and a guy even in Mariano Rivera, who's playing his last All-Star game appearance, and who's a legend, who's never had any clouds or anything like that looming over him, a guy that's played the game the right way his entire career, well respected, probably the best reliever ever to play, and I really feel like this is something that really adds a bit of sunshine to the clouds, right now in Major League Baseball. And Jim Leland, once again, the manager for the Detroit Tigers, he really seen the urgency and the need to actually snap this 3-game streak by the National League for home field advantage in this All-Star game, and he made sure that everything happened the way it was supposed to by having these guys play like this game very competitively and take it very seriously. And it's a game where you've seen a lot of defense and great pitching and things like that. I mean, everybody wanted to go for the radical video game numbers and the crazy home runs and all these different things. But I mean, I think all games in its purest form and the best entertainment, you have a great balance of defense as well as offense. But you really look at defense to see that, okay, it really is some parity, and it really is a clean game, and it makes for a more entertaining game. I mean, especially in Major League Baseball, where you have teams that just have astronomical resources, as far as like teams like the Yankees or the Tigers and the Red Sox, guys that just have like no salary cap and just it can afford to bring in all these big names, so they just load up, and you pretty much can see where we'll go from there. I think with with them cracking down on these players with the performance and enhancing drugs and everything like that, I think it's going to make for a better game. I don't think it's going to take from the game. And also, it really shows you that Major League Baseball is the only ones who seems to have gotten it right, like as far as these All-Star games, to really make it matter. It's a big deal. I mean, Jim Leland obviously can attest to that, because the last year in the World Series, I mean, they didn't have home field advantage and went to the National League. And, when you have two teams playing for any championship, I mean, you definitely have the two best players, and the margin of victory is so slim. So you feel like any advantage, especially home field advantage like that, will give them a leg up, and you feel like it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, especially when teams look like they, the game can go one way or the other. So I think Major League Baseball has gotten it right, man, with having this All-Star game mean what it means. I mean, you look at around other All-Star games like, NHL, the NBA, and definitely the NFL. I mean, you have the NFL, they're playing their Pro Bowl in Hawaii. Guys taking it easy. They're there really for the vacation. They're bringing their family and things like that for the Pro Bowl. It's not really just a game to go out there and compete. It's just a game, really a vacation, a celebration. You sip in, Mai Tais and pina coladas, on the beach. And most of the guys don't even, show up or don't even decide to play. So you add in about 5 to 7 more guys, as reserve players who was able to get into the Pro Bowl, who weren't even voted to the Pro Bowl. Get in as reserve, because the stars that you want to see don't even want to play the game. And, I think it'll be good if the NFL, did something like that, made it where the NFC and the AFC, it depends on, who plays for home field advantage. I mean, think about it. Say you get Green Bay out the NFC, and they have home field advantage from the NFC winning in the Pro Bowl, and you got to play a game in Lambeau Field or something like that in snow, and then the very next year, say you get San Diego and the Chargers, and then you go to LA to play, or something like that, or you get Miami and you get to go to, Florida and play a game the next year. And I think it adds to the entire game. You throw in then the elements, and you throw in the severity and the seriousness of the game and what's actually at stake. So I think that would be great to do that. I mean, even down into the college, even down into the college ranks, I think amateur sports should look into that. I mean, you have the bowl games, but no games is played outside of the California or Florida, except for maybe the only game that comes to Michigan. I mean, you have the Little Caesars Bowl, and only people playing in that is probably Macomb, Dakota High School, and versus some other Ball State University or something like that. Something just ridiculous where it's like, yeah, right, nobody's want to go to the Motor City Bowl or the Little Caesars Bowl or something like that. Most of the games are played in California or Florida. I mean, and that adds an unfair advantage to, the southern schools and schools like that with the great weather. You have to go and play, say, the University of Florida, and you have to play them right in their backyard somewhere. It's like, that's a huge advantage, especially at college. You have all your family and friends and everybody there cheering you on. These guys, are known to play well, better at home than they are on the road. You have teams like that. You already have a discrepancy as far as recruiting and the budgets and things like that. I think that'll actually, add to that right there. They should interchange that and make that mean something. I mean, you have, especially when a team like USC, that's when they were rolling was dominating. You have them playing either in Pasadena somewhere or something, right down the street in California, where you just can have all the celebrities come out and everything like that. It's a USC home game. So it'll be tough for a team like Michigan, Ohio to come and play a team like that. Like, it's, It'll be, it's an unfair advantage. So, I think other teams should, other leagues should look into that and try to, make the same moves as Major League Baseball. And it seems, it's great. I mean, even if you have guys that did want to sit out, you see the young players like it is in Major League Baseball that come in and, the future of the NBA or, the NFL. Whatever guys who do decide to do it, whether they have a long career, that they went through, like, say, Ray Lewis or something went there for the last year, this past year. Something like that. He decided to sit out and let a younger guy come in for it, So, I think it'll be a great thing. With the NBA, they just have it, entirely wrong. It's like you look forward to the skills challenge and the slam dunk contest more than you do the actual All-Star game, and those are horrible. So imagine, so what does that say about the actual All-Star game? They don't even decide to play into the fourth quarter. You pretty much know who's going to win it depending on whose city it's in, and whether it's a guy going out or a new guy, young guy coming in. So you can pretty much know who's going to win it because they have about 22 points and 8 rebounds and 7 assists, and 6 of them are alley hoops by the time the first quarter is over. So I think it'll add to the competitiveness and the overall quality of the game. So that's it for now. Kid Boy, you here for another Quick Bricks update. We'll see you soon.